Hi, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Don't forget to check the description to this video. I have links to some of my popular videos, a link to my Amazon account for a lot of things that you all ask about. Don't forget I have a bunch of playlists on the home page of this channel. Thank you. So to get this chuck roast started, please ignore everything. We got a lot going on today. But right now our focus is a chuck roast. Gotta get the fan going. It's like 100 some odd degrees out there. So what I gotta do is I did not microwave this rutabaga to peel it. I just peeled it. I was on the phone and talking to a friend. So I just did it the old-fashioned way. And I'm using the wrong knife for this piece, this phase, this step. So for this initial slice, I'm going to have to go old school. The way you've seen me do it. I'm going to microwave it before I put it in, but give me just a second here. Okay. Please do not do this at home, children. Unless you're okay with breaking your knife, and that one is replaceable. This one is not. So we are going to cut these up into smaller cubes, not baby cubes, but small cubes. So like that size, I like that. Once you get it cut in half, that initial time, it's a lot easier to cut through. So we're going to cut these up, and then we're going to microwave these for a couple minutes and see. Like I said, we're not trying to cook them. We just want them a little softer in the center. Yeah. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for 3 minutes, and I'll be right back with that. The next part is we're going to cut up a couple of the onions. I got these when Mom and I went to the to that produce marketplace. It's funny, it's been growing this stalk ever since. So I wonder if I planted that piece, if it would grow. I'm not going to, because that would mean I'd have to go outside, and well, we know how Terry feels about outside. If you haven't, hello, my name is Terry, and I hate the outside world. It's hot out there, and I don't like it. I don't like to be a part of it. And also, hi, I'm Terry. I use paper plates instead of a cutting board most of the time. We're going to do big chunks. I don't want to... So, chunks of 3. Chunk and chunk. I have a enameled Dutch oven. I'm going to put a little oil on the bottom, just a little. We're going to put some of these vegetables on the bottom of it. Let's see, that's one onion. Let's work on the other onion. Actually, see this pepper? We're going to cut this up. Let's cut this pepper up. Gotta get that done. It's 3 peppers. They feel like they're on the softer side. So they... I have 3 other peppers for later on, but these feel kind of like they're like at that stage where, girl, you better use them. Okay, I got the peppers done. I'm gonna go ahead and just set these onions on top of them. I like to cut that corner off. I don't like when you do your onions and they all stick together, because you know I didn't cut them very well. I didn't cut that top piece off, so they all just kind of hang together. I don't want that. There we go. What about you? Just cut that little corner off. Ooh, my eyes are starting to burn. I don't know how people can cut onions. I know y'all have told me all the things, but I try all the things and it never works. I do have a nose plug over there. I need to try a swimmer's nose plug. Because so far that's been the only thing that helped the most, but hang on. So now we're going to sear our meat. You might not have to, but it's what I do. I've tried it and I like it. It kind of crisps up the edges. So we're going to get this seared and I'll season it. I just can't do everything at once. Hang on just a second. I don't want to burn that little. All right. Let me get some seasoning here. We're going to do some onion salt. Do some seasoning salt. I know this is a lot of salt, but whenever I did this the other day on the pork roast, it was definitely bland all throughout. So I'm not too worried about it. And that was onion salt, and this is complete seasoning, the Badia complete seasoning. And I'm going to put some salt. All right, so now I'm going to let this sear on that side, and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. Well, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I finished cutting up the other onion. So now we're just going to set the onion and peppers aside, and whenever that's done searing, we'll come back, and we will... No, when the rutabaga gets done, I'm going to put the rutabaga in the bottom of this oven. And then we'll put the meat on top of it, and then we'll put the onions and peppers on it. I flipped it, but it isn't quite as seared as I want it. But I didn't know until I flipped it. So now I'm searing the other side. And then we will we'll flip it over just a little bit longer on this side. And please note, quality assurance is on the job. Just hoping something will fall. For the record, easy. He gets my whole hand in his mouth. Anyway, you can tell they've all been paid for their job. Okay, so we're going to flip our meat. Quality assurance was getting under my feet, like literally under my feet. So I had to remove them from the area. So, I'm going to let this go a couple more minutes. Nah, I think that's good enough. You know me, I ain't got patience. It's going to go down in this big old Dutch oven. Might be too big. I might have to cut it up a little bit. Alright. And now we're going to do the other one. Oh, I forgot to season that side. It's alright. I'll season it later. I actually want to put this piece of meat on the bottom. So I'll season both sides of this one. And whenever I put that one on the top, I'll flip it over and season it. But I'm going to go ahead and season both sides of this one and get this one seared. And yeah, then I'll get all the meat in there. The rutabaga actually had to go for another 3 minutes. So it is going for a total of 9 minutes. And it's just beef that is done. So I am going to go ahead and I'm actually going to go ahead and put that on the bottom. So hang on. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. Pull this meat out. Just go lay it on there for a minute. Okay, I like that this is starting to kind of turn a little yellow. I know you may not be able to see it, but I can. And it's even some more liquid inside. So now, actually, can't tell which is the seasoned side. Well, I'm just going to put some seasoning on this one. Like I said, the seasoning doesn't really seep down into a roast. At least it didn't with the pork roast the other day. I may end up having too much meat in here. But we're going to see. We're going to see, y'all. We're going to see. So now I'm going to put that seasoned side down. We'll season this side of it. Remember, all this seasoning has to get on the veggies too, and so, yeah. So it needs a lot of seasoning. All right, so I think we're going to do this one in a different thing. So hold up. Okay, I'm going to pull some of the rutabaga and put it on the bottom of this one. Listen, y'all know nothing ever works perfectly for me, so you know, you just got to go with the punches, roll with the punches. Now I'm going to put some of the onions on top of this one. And need to get to the peppers. I've got the oven set on 350. We'll see what we think of that. I'd like to put in some mushrooms in here. Hang on. I have some frozen mushrooms here. There we go. Put these right in there. All right. So we will, I'll let you know when the other one is done. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to season from the top so I can season the veggies. There's some salt, garlic salt, organic or onion salt, seasoned salt, and Combadia Complete. Now, so that's there. I'm going to put a little bit of splash of water. I'm going to put it about a half cup and about a half cup. I had oil in the bottom of that one. I do not have any oil in the bottom of this one. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil. Now, all right. When the other one gets seared, I'll put it in here and cover it up. I'll be back. Now, I've got the meat seared to as much as I care. And then I'm going to add these veggies on top of it. I might put a couple more over into this one. Runaway veggies. It really won't matter. It's all going to be meal prepped the same way anyway. So now I'll put the lid on these, and I've got the oven at 350, and I'm going to put these in the oven. And I have a Bluetooth thermometer in this one, so when this one says it's time to pull out, I'll do this one. Last time I used that Bluetooth thermometer, it's called the meter. Last time I used it with the heavy Dutch oven, it cuts off the communication, so I have to pull it out like every 10 minutes to see what it says where it's at. So I think maybe I did 20 minutes the first time and then 10 minutes after that. So there we go. I'm going to put these in the oven and I'll get back with you when they're done. Y'all, I forgot. I'm glad I looked over here. I wanted to add some carrots. So I'll get these washed and we'll put them in here. Okay, now they're ready to go. So I'll get the lid on and the lid on. Now, into the oven at 350 for however long meter says it's done. And I set the temperature at for 130. So I'm doing like a medium rare since we know I microwave my food at work. It's been 20 minutes. The internal temperature of the meat is 103. So I'll put the lid back on here. Ziggy, oven timer 10 minutes.
Oven timer 10 minutes. Starting now.
So we'll come back in 10 more minutes. So that was 20 the first go around. Now we'll do 10 minutes and we'll check it in 10-minute intervals. Okay, so meter says it has 13 minutes remaining. So, there's a little piece of paper I left on there. So in 13 minutes, I will, actually in 10 minutes, I'll double check it. Ziggy, oven timer 10 minutes.
Second timer 10 minutes. Starting now.
After name oven.
Okay, I'll call it an oven timer. 10 minutes. Starting now.
So after that, it will have been 20 40 minutes for this pot roast to be in the, this chuck roast to be in the oven. So I'm gonna put it back in 10 minutes and we'll see where the timer says it is. Okay, so the timer says to bring it out. It says it needs to rest for 5 minutes. And I said this, I use the Meter app. Carrots are definitely still hard. How does that work? How do you get your carrots done, you guys? How do you get like your vegetables that are solid? How do you get them done in the same time as your meat? I don't understand. I'm gonna just leave the lid on it for now and just let it rest. I know it's probably gonna cook some more, but I don't really know. What do y'all do? Come on now, somebody in the comments help me. How do you get your carrots and potatoes done like they're supposed to be done if your stuff is going to be in the oven? So, let me know down in the comments, y'all, because you know I share the good, the bad, and the ugly with you. Let me see the carrots in this one. I mean, they poke, but they're not salty. These might be a little bit better. Yeah, these carrots are actually a little bit better. But still, I don't know why the others aren't. So I'm just going to leave the lid on it and let it rest for a little bit. So actually, I think I need to leave them uncovered so that it stops cooking. So there we go. I'll just let them sit for 5 minutes and then actually, I'm going to let it sit a lot longer because I want to slice them up, but I got to wait till it's really cooled off. So this is just going to sit over here and chill out for a while. So what I did was I pulled the meat out, and I'm actually going to pour the vegetables into this one and put it back in the oven for another 20 minutes, and let's see how the vegetables get then. Yeah, rutabagas definitely need longer. Onions could come out, but you know, it's all one big hodgepodge, so that ain't how it's going down. So I'm gonna put the lid on it and like I said, go back in the oven for, we'll do 20 minutes. Remember, I did medium rare because I microwave this when I get to work. So now I'm gonna kind of just cut this up and how one of them looks. So again, I'm not eating it right now. So if you don't like medium rare, I don't either. I like medium. This is just how I need it so I can take it to work. So don't be commenting, don't be making comments. That's too bloody for me. Well, it's too bloody for me too. I'm just getting it ready for my meal prep. A little bit more, one more. Now that one looks good. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. I'm gonna get it finished, getting it all cut up. I'll be back. Okay, so now I've got it sliced. I'm cutting it up into more manageable bite-sized pieces. You always think ahead to your eating day, Terry, or eating day, you. I want it to be I want it to be 7 grams. So I'm zeroing out my scale here. Scale is mandatory for meal prep, y'all. Mandatory. All right, 7.1, close enough. So I'm going to cut these into bite-sized pieces. You don't have to. You can do slices or whatever you want to do. I do bite-sized pieces because I take this to work with me, and I do not want to take a steak knife to work and have to deal with that. So I will get the rest of this cut up, and I'll show you where it's at the end. I am actually going to just leave these as meat only. And then I'm gonna put the roasted vegetables. I'm gonna put those in their own containers because sometimes I might want a salad, but I want the option to have roasted vegetables with whatever meat option I'm making. So we're gonna put them separately. So I'll get back when I'm done with this part. So we have 10 meals right here. So it could be like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or it could be one of these along with a pork steak for another meal. So we have 10 servings of this chuck roast. And again, I know it's extra red, but that's okay because I microwave it. So now I'm gonna put lids on them all. And we're gonna get these in the microwave, or get these in the freezer, and I'll be able to use them throughout the upcoming weeks. Yeah, that's better. I can poke the rutabaga, and let's see if we can poke a carrot. Yep, we can poke right through a carrot. That is perfect. So I'm gonna let this cool because I'm gonna want to put this out in servings. So I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit, turn off the oven, and just let it cool before we put it into servings. Update on the veggies. I put about 300 grams of veggies in each container, and then I divided the juice at the bottom. I divided that between the veggies. So whether I choose to add this to one of the, one of the chuck roast lunch meals or a ground beef meal, I could actually add ground beef to these veggies and then eat it like a stew if I wanted to. So that's how it did. So we got 6 veggies on top of what I ate at my lunch today. So there you go. That's how I'm doing my pot roast today. And look at that. That ain't a yum, get you some, I don't know what is. And we're even gonna go old school and put a little butter in there with our rutabaga and veggies, just like we did in the olden days. Put that right down there so it can kind of melt. Well, let's take a taste. There we go. Take a bite of the rutabaga. Yup. Take a bite of the chuck roast. That's really good. I microwaved it for 2 minutes because I knew, I needed it to get a little more done, so I microwaved it for 2 minutes, this serving. And this is carrot and onion. Y'all, chuck roast in the oven. Holy mackerel. I'm gonna take another bite. Yeah, buddy. All right. You try it because it's good. Okay, bye.